Greetings, Commanders, and welcome back to another Kiss of War video. My name is Eagle. I'm a sponsored content creator for Kiss of War, and we are finally back with one of the biggest updates so far yet in the game, and it is the new weapon system that I've been actually super excited to share with you guys for a while. And now that it's finally here, we're going to be doing some sort of an introductory video where we introduce you guys about this new system. We're going to break down everything that you need to know about this new system, all these new weapons, the attributes that they have, and the special skills that they have. And we're going to also answer some common questions that you guys might have. For example, does weapons actually stock, or the same buffs actually stock? How the hell this whole thing actually works, and how can I actually obtain this as a free-to-play and a big spender? How can I obtain these weapons the fastest way possible so that I can get stronger at the game? We're going to go all through all of that in this video, so stay tuned. To kick things off over here, we have 4 types of weapons, or should I say 4 rarities to be more precise. We have excellent weapons, the exquisite ones, the epic ones, and the legendary ones. And believe it or not, guys, I'm probably one of the luckiest people right now in the game, because as you know, there's always a free pull at start every 3 days. So every 3 days, you would get a free opening to this chest over here, and you would have like a percentage of opening a different rarity of weapon. Now, the legendary weapon rarity is 2%, and believe it or not, I opened the free one, and this is what I got, an MG42. Now, this weapon over here shreds through everything, and it makes your rallies so freaking strong. Now, this is, by the way, extreme luck, but hey, I mean, I'll take that any day if you tell me. And then I got the Destroyer from a package that I bought earlier as well. If you go over here, and then you would see this is the Destroyer limited package. I bought this for about $10 because I wanted to see the weapons supply chest key so that we can do some openings at the end of this video as well. And I wanted to check out this new weapon because it really sounded interesting. Now, obviously, this weapon is not really great for the late game or the stage that I'm at, because literally I have unlocked every single building to the maximum level, so I'm not going to really benefit from that unless we get like some new buildings introduced in the future. But I see this as a great weapon for a free-to-play player. And we're going to talk about all these packages in another video. This video is more focused on how this whole system works out. Now, you open up a chest over here, you get this really cool animation from Jessica. You open up this chest, and then you get a weapon such as that. Now, each weapon has different attributes, as you see right down here under the weapon, and these attributes are usually buffs that will either combat buffs or development buffs that will benefit you that specific march that has the weapon, or that officer that is in that specific march that has a weapon. And then after you get those attributes, every single weapon has a different skill that you can see over here. So for example, this weapon has the increase of troop loads by 15% and their march speed by 8%. I see that a great weapon for gathering, because you would need more troop load for gathering, and you definitely need more march speed if you're trying to go further to a gathering spot or gathering tie that is a bit further than your base. So this is a great gathering weapon that you can place on a gathering officer, and this is basically how you unlock it. Now, it's worth mentioning that you can get duplicates of weapons, and this is basically how you actually star them up. So if you go over here to a certain weapon and you click more, you would see that if there are different stars, specifically 5 stars for each weapon. Now, once you enhance these stars, the special ability of that specific weapon will be enhanced by a specific amount. So, for example, at 5 stars, the load increase is by 40%, and the movement speed is increased by 20%, which is huge for gathering, if you ask me. This also can be definitely used for if you're trying to plunder bases at a higher rate. 40% load speed is always amazing. Now, in order to do so, you would have to star that weapon up. And in order to star a weapon up, you would need to decompose it or another weapon that is of the same status, literally the same weapon. So if we unlocked 2 of this weapon, then we can start starring this weapon up, and this is basically how you do this. This is why starring up legendary weapons is extremely hard, because obtaining them in the first place is actually really hard, and you would need 2 of this weapon or multiple weapons of the same specific weapon so that you can actually star them up. But hey, you get a lot of benefits out of that, but it's extremely hard. This is why this system is a long-term system, the same as the battleship, because as you know, the battleship is actually a long-term system, and this one is the same thing, especially for the legendary and epic tier weapons. It's really hard to start them up. But let's talk about their enhancement. As you might see over here, there's a level as well. Now, as we talked about earlier, these are the attributes of that weapon. These are the buffs that that weapon will provide, that specific march, when you have it mounted on an officer. And then you can enhance this weapon by either placing weapon enhancing material or like decompressing, or what is it called? Yeah, decomposing other weapons inside this weapon. Meaning that if we don't like this weapon, let's go ahead and do that right now, and we wanted to level up our MG42 over here. Not sure that I want to level this one up, but just do it just for the sake of experiment right now. So I'm going to decompose this weapon, confirm, and then one of these attributes is actually going to get enhanced. And you can see right now, it's level 5, and our garrison defense went up from 0.6 to 1.2. So it gets randomly enhanced. One of these attributes gets randomly enhanced. I'm not sure if it's actually random or is it actually on like a specific rate. So it goes for this one and this goes for infantry defense and whatnot. I still haven't tried that out. You guys can test it out for yourselves, but this is basically how the process actually works. Now, let's talk about how do you actually get all these keys for these weapons. Now, if you go over here and you click the plus sign, it will tell you that these keys will be available in the daily missions as well. Right now, it's not available because we're not at reset yet. I do believe that it will be available right over here, probably somewhere. Same as the battle mod components or the battleship mod components. And it will be available from there as well. Now, there are also some packages that will be available for this to work out. For example, the daily special, where you can get 3 keys for about $3, if I'm not mistaken, if this is $3. So you can get weapon enhancing material to enhance your weapon's attributes, and also you can get some weapon supply chest keys to unlock even more weapons. There's also a weapon supply package that's just appeared in the shop. It's for $5 and it has some really nice stuff over here. I do recommend this one if you're trying to kick off your weapon supplies. Now, if you're a free-to-play to extremely low spender, I wouldn't recommend this one because there are going to be multiple ways to actually get those keys or obtain them. But if you are a mid spender to like high spender, definitely get this one. It has some really nice value to it, and definitely recommend it. It's also available in the VIP shop for 1,000 gold. If you scroll down over here, you would see that it's actually available for 1,000 gold. Now, I do highly recommend spending or buying it from the VIP shop if you have a gold's return event like I do right now. I do have a gold's return event, and I'm trying to spend my 25k gold that I've been saving up for a while, and this is basically one of the really good ways to actually spend them if you're trying to kick off your weapons factory to start pumping those weapons in and enhancing your officers. However, it's also available in the store for 2,000 gold, which kind of worries me over here a little bit, because we're going to see some huge spenders going ham on these weapons and unlocking them at an extremely fast rate. The good thing is that it's actually a little bit expensive. Like 2,000 gold is kind of expensive, and sometimes when your luck doesn't strike really well, like it did for me beforehand, you will just end up opening a lot of weapon supply chests without getting legendary or epic weapons, which kind of sucks. So there's a huge luck factor over here. So if you're not a huge spender in the game, never buy them from the store. Always buy them from the VIP shop if you're looking to buy or to get more weapons or keys. But if you're an extremely big spender and you want to get those weapons ASAP, then hey, you can buy them from here. But also remember that there's a huge luck factor. You can only get a legendary weapon at 2% chance, which is kind of a thing to consider when you're trying to do some big spending over on these keys. Now, in terms of common questions like how do you place a weapon, you just simply go to your officers, you would see the weapons over here, and then you can simply click on equip, and then you would equip that weapon. Now, in order to unequip the weapon, I do believe that you have to pay some sort of a fee in terms of gold, but it's a very small fee. So let's go ahead and try that out. So it says here, after equipping, it will cost you 1 gold to unequip the weapon. Now, 1 gold is a very small, ridiculous amount. I'm not sure why they added that. It's not really worth like 1 gold. You can get this anywhere. But hey, it is what it is. So this is mainly a thing worth considering when you're trying to equip weapons to different officers. But you can simply unequip them. That wouldn't be a problem. It wouldn't cost you much, and it will be a very easy thing to do. Now, in terms of do weapons actually work on your secondary officer, and does it have to be level 50? Well, I did some sort of a testing in my farm account, and it does actually work. It does give you all the attributes that you need over there, but I'm not 100% sure of the active skill. Like, I haven't still tried the active skill yet, but I did get all the attributes from it. But from my understanding, and from the fact that there are 2 packages over here available for Destroyer, I do believe that the passive or the active skill or the, let's say, special skill for each weapon or for duplicate weapons do actually stack, especially when you're talking about the development ones, because it's available in 2 terms over here. And I do believe that they stack. So, hey, and by the way, this secondary package, you're getting a 5-star weapon. You're not getting only a 1-star weapon. You're getting a 5-star destroyer over here. So this is definitely something to consider when you're trying to choose between those packages over there. Now, let's talk about which weapons to actually decompose when you get duplicates. Let's say I got MG42, another MG42 right now when we are going to spend some keys. Which one should I decompose? Well, it highly depends on the special ability of that specific weapon. And it also depends on the attributes. Now, both of these weapons will have the same exact special ability. However, they will have different set of attributes. And these 4 attributes are different for each rarity. So it would start with 1 attribute only at the excellent, and then 2 at the exquisite, 3 at the epics, as you can see, and 4 at the legendary tier. Now, these are extremely important because you would know exactly what the role is that weapon is. For example, this weapon is definitely for rallying, so garrison defense is not really my interest. Siege attack is completely out of the question over here, but I do like these 2 over here. So if I get another weapon that is sort of much better for rallying, like does give me better attributes for rallying, I'm definitely going to decompose this one and added or star that weapon, definitely not decompose it, rather than star that weapon up using this one. But I mean like consuming this one and rather keeping the other one. Now, this is basically the logic that you have to walk through in these weapons, but we're going to have a lot of guide videos focused on which weapons are better for a specific set of officers, which weapons are better for tank officers and whatnot. And we're going to go through all the different scenarios in the future once we get to know more information about this system and what weaponry is available currently in the game itself. Now, without further ado, I don't want to make this too long of you. We're going to do some opening here, hoping that we can actually get lucky and get some epic and legendary weapons. And we're going to start off by doing 7 separate ones, and then we're going to do 10 at a time. So we got a normal one over here, and second one over here, we got an epic weapon. This one recovers 3 rage during normal attacks, and skill damage dealt to troops is increased by 3%. Now, this one is really interesting over here. I do like this one a lot. It does have some siege attack, which I don't like, but I do like 10 destroy defense and infantry health. It's worth mentioning that these weapons or these attributes are all added. Doesn't matter which march you're running, or doesn't matter which troop type you're running, you're going to get all these attributes added to your status. So someone asked me that if if we have like a pure tank march, will I only get the tank attributes? No, you will basically get every single one of these added to your specific march. Doesn't matter which unit types you are running in that march. Let's go ahead and open another one. We got a green. We got another green. And then we got another epic, same as that one before. The damage received by 0.4%, tank destroyer, and infantry. This one is much better attributes, so I'm probably gonna start up the other one using this one, or I'm gonna actually use these two duplicated on the same specific march so that I can actually generate more rage. Now this is going to be interesting. This is a lot of choices over here, so I would be extremely careful before decomposing any weapons, especially from epic tiers and above, because there's so many scenarios that we should still try out in order to see what works best for these specific combos. But 2 epics right off the bat, and now we're going to start off with the 10s. Let's hope we can get something out of this. I see 2 epics. That's actually decent. Let's go ahead and I'm going to open these just to see, just the normal ones, and then we're going to open this one. Oh, we got a bazooka over here. And then we're going to open this one, and we get the same weapon. And this is a new weapon, actually. So during normal attacks, increases target healing by effect. This one is actually really interesting, especially against Natalia. Yeah, definitely something to consider over here. I do like this one a lot, and this one is a new one too. So this one basically is a tank destroyer march. As you might see, these weapons are actually more tilted into tank destroyers because when you're running only tank destroyers, you're going to get this specific benefit, and it does have a tank destroyer trait. So I think this weapon is actually really good for tank destroyers. Let's go ahead and open 10 more, maybe get a legendary. Oh, unfortunately, we didn't get a legendary. See, the luck is actually really hard on these ones. So be careful when you're spending. Be careful. Even if you're a big spender, even if you're a whale, this is actually, we just opened 28 of those, and we didn't get a single legendary. We got a couple of epics, though, which I do like, but we didn't get a single legendary from this. And you might see this is like a new weapon over here. So if we go to our weapons roster, you would see all your new weapons that you have just unlocked. And this is basically where it's time to start trying out different stuff, seeing if you might want to rock 2 of this specific weapon on a march, or maybe you would like to start up one of these, like decompose these 2 into this one, or start it up by doing so. Like if you look over here, we can start this one up right off the bat to 2 stars, but I would definitely not do that right now, simply because I might just be using this weapon on 3 different officers so that I can actually benefit from it. And then later on in the game, when I have like more weapons to actually, and like more than I need, then I would start starting up some of these weapons. And this is basically the thing that I'm gonna follow right now. I'm not sure about what kind of strategy you're looking for, but I'm gonna take this extremely slow. I'm gonna start sunning this system really nice, and then we're gonna post some videos for that about you guys. Whenever I know any information about this system, we're definitely gonna be posting some updates to get you to know exactly how this goes. But this is basically my luck right now. I got extremely lucky at first, and then I basically wasted all my luck points probably in the first pool, and then I got all these. But I still think it's a very decent run. I mean, I got 4 epics and a couple of Exquisite 1 over here, so I'm actually happy with that pool. I hope you liked the video. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet, and make sure you also click the like button so that this video reaches more people. Share it with your guildmates, share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, Eagle out.